Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I missed a week or so because, one, I was dealing with some stuff, and two, I actually wanted to see if my PlayStation 5 would record some gameplay. And, lo and behold, we have some Spider Man 2 gameplay. Don't worry, just because I like Spider Man doesn't mean it's going to be all Spider Man gameplay. I just wanted to do a test and see if it would come out perfect. And boy, let me tell you, I am happy that it works. Because, again, Spider Man's awesome. Plus, who doesn't want to watch the Spider Man 2 gameplay while I talk about movies, TV shows, or even Spider Man? Maybe one point. I was thinking about that. Let me know down below if you guys want me to talk about Spider Man and either review or just talk about how great of a hero he is. I want your guys' feedback on that. I would love to do a video on that because I have notes. So many notes. And with the Spider Noir show coming out in May, Spider Man Brand New Day coming out in July, there's a lot of Spider-Man stuff coming out this year, and it's got me back in my Spider-Man feels. I feel like 2018 again, when the first Spider-Man came out, Spider-Man's first movie came out, and he was in Avengers Infinity War that same year. Like, come on. Let's bring back the 2018 vibes, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, got too far off topic. My review today is about the Fallout Season 2 TV show. Now, I had to rewatch it just to make sure I didn't miss anything. I didn't want to, come into it half, review and it be terrible. I wanted to come into it knowing a lot. And boy, let me tell you, the show did good. Now there are some bad things I didn't like. Again, we'll get into that. But the good thing is this show did very well. I think it was a step up from the first season. Yeah, the first season was Lucy getting out of the vault, going to try to find her father, tagged along with the ghoul. But this one was more of seeing the wasteland. The thing that, all of us have been used to. I mean, that's all we do in Fallout's patrol the wastelands, do whatever. And I love the little subtle hints it gives us for New Vegas and it kind of showed what we kind of did, but it kind of didn't. Which I do like because it would have made it really weird to say, oh, what were the actual choices of us doing stuff? Like, did we actually team up with the Brotherhood? Did we team up with the New California Republic? Did we do anything that actually made sense to the story? Kinda didn't, kinda did. But I like what they did with it. The ghoul was on his own, doing his own thing, still trying to find his family, and Lucy was still trying to find her father so she could bring him justice. Which she kinda did, kinda didn't. The whole ending was a bit off there. But I still like what they did, because, again, New Vegas is now under New Order, so it's kinda under the New California Republic. And I kinda like what they're gonna do in Season 3 with... I hope they do go where they're going to go. I'm not going to spoil the ending. I'm not going to say any spoilers for the ending of the show. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. Go watch the show. Go watch Season 1 to Season 2 is the greatest thing of cinema. I actually like what they're doing. And a lot of, this new stuff that's coming out, my review on Iron Lung with how Markiplier did a video game and switched up the story a bit is still relevant because, Amazon is taking a lot of properties, all right? They have Fallout. They have the Boys comic book run that they're doing, which is still running good. Some iffy episodes and seasons on that, but it's nothing too crazy that they're still doing good. The Invincible is doing a great run. That comes out in March. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. We are stacked for 2026 with TV shows from Amazon. We have the Spider-Man Noir show, which comes out. We have The Boys Season 5, season finale coming out, and then Invincible coming out. All in the span of a few months. Those TV shows are going to run for Amazon pretty well because, again, we're looking forward to The Boys season ending. I am because I want to see how they take it because, again, in the comics, it's a completely crazy ending. I kind of want to see how they do that because they did switch up a lot from the comics, which I do like. Invincible, they're doing Invincible perfectly. I love what they're doing. The last season that they had was phenomenal. I actually loved that season. It was actually one of my favorite seasons. So I can't wait for the new season. But the way they're taking Fallout is actually really interesting because you're not following characters that we made in the games or the characters that are set. We're following Lucy, the ghoul, and I think it's Thaddeus or whatever his name is, but the other guy. And I really like those three characters because, again, the ghoul has an interesting backstory of he was before he was the ghoul, he was a guy that worked for Vault-Tec, was a low-rated actor, but did pretty good for himself. And his wife was part of Vault-Tec, so it made sense on why he was where he was and what's going on. Because we're starting to get bits and pieces of why he was where he was at the beginning of the season. Because it showed in Season 1, where he was with his daughter before the nukes fell, and I was like, whoa, wait, well, then how'd you get separated from your daughter and became a ghoul for 200 years? It made sense, and I hope they keep exploring that because I like what they're doing. Now, the one thing I do not like about the season is they kind of backlined the third character, which again is kind of sad because it was Lucy and the Ghoul, which I'm not mad at. I love the Ghoul. The Ghoul is like my favorite character. I love his attitude, the way he does stuff. He was kind of getting messed up this season. Got stabbed, got shot. The man was going through it this season. I'm not even gonna lie. He was going through it, and his backstory of how he found out what his wife was doing and how they became what they were is really told very well. So the Ghoul deserves what he was. Lucy is not really second-handed character. She's more or less just she kind of got backlined a little bit because again she's just a vault dweller looking for her father. That's kind of the cause of the entire reason why the bombs fell. And again, she really doesn't have much. Again, what are we supposed to learn from her backstory besides her dealing with her father? And it showed that a couple times of what her father was doing while they were in the vaults. And I get why Lucy's not really the big focal point of it, but I do like her character. Her character's funny as hell when she goes through what episode? I think she was on like some type of thing to help her, and it was making her go crazy, and she kind of had an addiction, and it was freaking hilarious. I loved it, and I loved how Ella Purnell showed the bad things of addiction and why it's a bad thing. I love that entire episode. It was perfect down to the wire of how she did. Now, the third character, again, I don't know if the Brotherhood of Steel is not really important anymore after certain events. They kind of make it seem like they're not, which kind of makes sense. You kind of just need the power armor, and that's it. So it's like, all right, cool. I don't really need any more than this. And it's kind of sad because I don't want him to take a back seat, but it doesn't look like he will in Season 3. I really hope he doesn't. I hope it shows Lucy and him exploring, again, more of the Wasteland, and, if that's the final season, cool. Then we end on a good note. But I kind of want to see more of him, He's a good character. They gave him a great development in the first season, and then the second season they kind of backlined him to do some other stuff. And it's like, he could have been more here, but overall, that's my bad take on it. I think the one take I will say is I don't really think they should have introduced to me two characters, but they kind of did, but kind of didn't. So I really hope we just stick with the main three and then the other side characters, because again, they even had a side quest for the brother, but then that kind of got shut down after like 2 episodes. So it's like, oh come on, what are they gonna do with him? And he kind of does have kind of a story to go through, but I really do hope they get like a closure for him because they kind of backlined him a lot too. So that's like, let's just focus on maybe 3 of them. Because again, in Fallout, you're only following your character, and then you go and do side quests to go, get either better equipment, better gear, better whatever. But in this, it's just like, oh, we're just going to introduce characters, and then you can forget about them. It's like, yeah, I kind of get that for Fallout, but can we get like something interesting out of it or not? But I don't know. I still love the show. Don't get me wrong. They are still doing Fallout pretty well. Like the music, oh my god. I have added so much of the old songs to my playlists that I'm like, where were these? Where were these beauties of gems just hidden out there? And I didn't hear them. Like, I think the one song that I really liked was Big Iron. And I've heard Big Iron before, but it was just so cool to hear it in the show. And it just made me love it even more. But there's so many good songs that they still pick. I really hope they keep that trend up because it's so funny when a big part happens in the show. And it just cuts to, like, the goofiest song from, like, the 50s to 60s. It's like, see what you did there. I like what you're doing, but I don't really like how you picked that song. But then the song has a key message in it. And that's what most people don't understand about music is there's certain messages in songs. If you actually listen to them, you will hear them. And that's kind of another thing that I liked about Mark's movie is his music did have like eerie tones to it, but it had messages in it that really set the tone for the movie. Overall, I give Fallout Season 2 from Season 1. I gave Season 1 like I think when I first watched it, I think I gave it like a good solid 9.5 out of 10. I'm gonna give this one about I don't want to lower it, but I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Like I said, they could have done better with the third character, which I kind of wish they did a lot more on his end, but overall, I still like the show, and I can't wait for it to keep going. And they even said that they want more to come out of it, and they've talked about like more seasons. I'm like, all right, if you guys can keep it going and keep it cool, yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks if they kind of stop making Fallout games because they are good games and I love the way they do stuff. But if they just keep making it good, I'm here for it. Just don't add any more new characters. I really don't care for new characters. Lucy and the Ghoul and the other guy are pretty good. It's even worse when I forgot his name, guys. I actually drew a blank with his name so many times because most of their names sound alike, and I'm like, okay, I've given up. But I cannot wait for Season 3. They are really pushing for a secret faction that really hasn't been talked about a lot, and I can't wait for it. But let me know what you guys think down below. My next review, I do not know what it will be yet. I do have a video planned for tomorrow, but it's going to be like kind of like a little side project I want to do. And it involves like talking about like older games. And I have footage for a game that I'm going to record tonight. So tomorrow will be a video because I fell behind 2 videos. So drop down in your comments what you liked about Season 2. If you watched Season 2, let me know. And like the video, subscribe if you're brand new. If you like the reviews, cool. I'll keep them up. I am doing my best. There's a lot coming up after this month. March is kicking off with some good movies and shows. And then we just go on down the list, ladies and gentlemen. We got a whole good year of good stuff coming out. Even games coming out, too. Don't worry. I have a game that's coming out, I think, in May that I'm excited to play. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Go check out Fallout Season 2 and watch Season 1 too so you can know what's going on. Play the games too. They are actually pretty fun. They are on Xbox, I believe, if you have the Game Pass for free. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next review. Peace.